and kiss your children and know that it gets better.
I have some bad news.
What?
I had hit record and it stopped recording. It's recording again, so we lost all of that.
Oh my God!
Are you serious?
Yeah, I just checked. Like this was not. It was lit up and then it wasn't lit up. It's back up. I don't know what happened.
Dude, Jay always be so pissed.
Oh my God!
Sometimes things happen, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only Joe Marone.
Hello, everyone. What's up, Panther City? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going, guys?
So we've been talking for at least 20 minutes, and our faithful, loving Timothy.
No. I swear I hit record. Don't you say it.
The buttons don't press themselves, my dude.
I pressed both of them. I had everything lit up. I pressed that, and it did not record.
It's all good.
So let's real quick go back to what we were talking about earlier, our favorite beers of all time, and then our current local favorite.
Oh, shit.
So,
okay.
Tim, let's go ahead and get the list going.
Okay, yeah, I'm
We'll
going
end
to
with
tell
Joe.
you. So my favorite all time, and we talked about it earlier, is Death by Coconut, Oscar Blues. My local favorite is now the pink peppercorn prickly pear over at Funky Picnic.
Dude,
The
that sounds
Saison?
amazing.
It is so good.
So good.
It's amazing.
Small brew pub. You remember they had the black pepper pills?
Yes.
It's very similar to that, but with the
It's going to be moist.
Just a little sweetness added. Like, it's perfect for just about anything. You got sweet, kind of that savory. Ooh, it's good shit. Joe,
Damn
bro.
it. I can hear y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your two favorites? What is your favorite all time and your favorite local?
Favorite all-time beer that I've ever had.
Yeah.
Guys, sometimes I forget that exists, and I'm sorry if y'all are hearing this, but damn, and I'm forgetting the name right now.
Yeah, I hate it whenever you forget it exists.
Put it on the spot, my dude.
Oh my goodness. Pouring Glory.
Pouring
Oh,
Glory.
yeah, okay.
Pouring Glory. So they had this one beer that was a Russian cinnamon churro Baltic stout.
Ooh.
From I'm trying to remember the restaurant, but the restaurant was a Two-Star Michelin Restaurant Brewery.
What?
2-star.
Dudes, it was one of the best beers I've ever consumed.
Really?
It was fucking amazing.
I mean, you had me on all the things.
A Baltic chocolate cinnamon churro stout.
Damn. Jesus.
I'm gonna have.
I'm sure you got the.
That sounds
I'm trying to
divine.
remember what brewery
really
was
good.
at.
Well, I mean, you have a love for coffee, right?
I love coffee.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I'm
so-
glad you said coffee. That's not what I thought he was going to
You
say.
have a love for,
You got a love for coffee.
Coffee.
but
Damn it,
your
Chad.
your Baltic porters and your stouts always end up having those little kind of coffee notes to them, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So then you throw in that cinnamon churro on top of that,
Dude,
dude. Sounds like an incredible cup of coffee, but then you make it a beer. Man, that sounds fucking incredible.
and then when you let those stouts warm up too, when all the true notes come out and everything,
right.
you see people like just cupping their beers, trying to warm them up and everything. Dude, that's when it's the best, man.
For sure.
People always got to drink them when they're cold, but I'm a fan of a warm stout.
I like a cold beverage. Like, I truly like a cold beverage. However, you're exactly right. Especially when it's good, none of those amazing notes are covered. It's when their beers are not great that you're like, I want it cold, so, like, I just taste what I want to taste.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, a true good beer, yeah, drink it warm. It's going to be some good shit.
Okay, but local favorite.
Oh, local favorite. Okay,
Local
sorry.
favorite. No, you're good.
Totally
No,
fucking
look,
went up.
favorite
that-
is
no,
one
that
thing,
was the
man.
first
That was the first part.
It was
Yeah.
a favorite.
Okay,
We want local favorite.
local favorite. Man, right now I'm gonna have to go with the blueberry fluff from what was it? Who was it? Ingenious Brewery.
Oh,
So
fluff.
it's the Count Chocula cereal beers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is-
I was going to try that next. You said it had it on
It's
tap.
amazing. Yeah.
I think it's right there.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blueberry sour with some what do you call it? Lactose.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you get
But
the,
it's a beautiful beer, dude. Right now, that's my favorite.
Where's
right
it?
now.
Where's Ingenious at?
Ingenious is in Humble, Texas.
Texas? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's down by Houston. Yeah. I've been once. They have some of the coolest beers at that place. Like they had like this Oreo chocolate chip something stout,
Dude,
and holy
yeah,
fuck,
man.
that thing was good.
Yeah.
And they've got these smoothie sours that are literally like you're pouring out of a blended smoothie.
I want you to tell me.
Yeah.
Is it equivalent to Dream?
What's that?
So yeah, JREAM. Yeah, there was a brewery a long time ago. One of these top breweries that were like putting out some really cool beers. And
From like the New England area, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they had Dream and their Dream series, and you had to get in line and wait forever.
This
and
is
it was
when we were
limited release.
we were doing beer swaps with people online. Like, hey, we got some full DFW stuff for you. Send us some of your good from up there.
And dude, we had to swap a lot of stuff to get Dream in, and that was one of the best. It tasted like a fruit, like it was one of the best fruited sours I've ever had, and it was thick. Like it had like there was some viscosity to it. It wasn't thin.
Yeah, these ingenious
Was
ones.
it a smoothie sour or no?
I think it was.
It was a smoothie sour. It was not nearly as thick as what I'm talking about with Ingenious, because it was like you're pouring out puree.
Oh,
like it was kind of weird, and then you're like, all right, I don't know about this. And you start drinking, you're like, holy shit, this is tasty.
Damn, that's gonna be moist, man. Jesus, dude.
Burley Oak. Burley Oak was the brewery.
That's right.
Burley Oak Brewing Company. They had Dream, and they had a whole bunch of different variants of it that they released, but you could only get it up in the New England area, which was,
And you know what this is reminding me of? Yingling. You can only get it's down here now.
It's different.
So I'm looking at Burley Oak right now. They've got a carrot cake Dream. Let me just look at that.
Y'all,
No, I mean-
this is a beautiful picture. This is
It
this is
looks
a
great.
beautiful
Yeah.
thing.
I'm sure it's
love
probably
that
tasty
hue.
too.
Their beers are great. What about you, Javier? Top favorite and top local favorite?
Of course, we talked about this earlier. I'm not sure if it was recorded or not.
It was not. It was
not. my favorite has to be Ghost in the Machine, because the first time I tried it when I was in New Orleans, they had it on tap at the hotel I was staying at. I had to continuously keep having it. And when I came back and found out that they didn't have any here, I got upset. And then
I got upset.
I wrote a strongly worded letter.
I was not happy. I was an angry man. And then when I found out, looking at these 4-packs here, and that the fact that Pouring Glory has it on tap.
It's not Pouring Glory, my dude. Southside Sellers.
I'm sorry,
he was just talking about Pouring Glory.
yeah, we're talking about Pouring Glory. Southside Seller.
Got it on tap. We got
It's on
cases
tap.
of it over here. We
we
got
got
4-packs
cases.
of it. Yeah, crazy.
You cannot.
Crazy. What is
What
that
is
one?
that?
So this is called the Sips
Oh, the
Bellini.
Bellini.
Oh, is this
All
the
right.
one you were just having?
No, that's what
Thankfully,
Joey
it's a
had.
This is what
4-pack.
Joey had, yeah.
Hey, let's go. Can we go ahead and crack these?
Shut up, dude.
I wish we could.
I think they've got that one on tap. I think that was what.
Holy shit.
Or it was a peach Bellini. It might have been a peach Bellini or something like that. But yeah, Joey was just talking about. Okay, so Ghost
So
Machine.
Ghost in the Machine is my all-time favorite, because we were in a different. And we talked about this whenever we had our little trip to Shreveport.
Right.
We made it a trip to go to a bar that actually had Ghost in the Machine.
Right.
My current local favorite is going to be La Raza over there at
Funky Picnic?
Funky Picnic.
Okay.
Because I'm a simple man. I don't. Flavors are one thing.
Would you say you're a simple kind of man?
I'm a simple kind of man.
Simple.
Kind of man.
Okay, so for me, it's hard because I feel like beers are. It's hard to pick just one because I always see them in categories like
Yeah,
a favorite
absolutely.
sour, favorite stout, a favorite light beer, favorite IPA. So when I'm thinking about favorite, dude. I think most recently, I had this beer when I was in Boston a few weeks ago at Trillium, which Trillium's one of my faves anyway.
Hey, what up, Trillium?
Trillium's great.
Shout out, yes.
They're pot and kettle series. All their stouts are really good. All of their hazy IPAs are really good. But it wasn't even any of these. It was this sour beer that was like a pineapple strawberry sour, and it was so light and so fruity and so thick. It was just like I was drinking juice, but the tastiest of juices. It was so good. You want to talk about getting moist, bro? That made me so moist. Just thinking about it right now. God damn.
Moist. And we just offended a bunch of
Yeah,
our
for all of you
listeners
people that don't like the
Good.
word moist. You are welcome.
Again, we're here at Southside Seller for the 3.5 year anniversary.
Quite damp.
Damp and moist.
3.5. And as Javier said earlier, that was not recorded. Just to come up over here has been great. Of course, the drapery and all that stuff. It really feels like you're sitting in your in a lounge of like an old house.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at grandpa's house drinking beer.
Yeah, your living room.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Doesn't it kind of give you out like the old flying saucer vibe?
It does.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Shawn was there for years, dude.
Really? I did not realize that.
The
That makes
OG.
sense.
Yeah.
So if you have a chance at some point and you come over and
Gross.
we do an episode at our studio, we have nice gold curtains. That's what I wanted, was that old school like flying saucer library vibe, and that's what we did
It's
with the room. Yeah,
beautiful.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Since day one, this place has been absolutely amazing. You walk in and it's like, all right, this is a place I want to drink some good craft beer.
I
just
don't
hang
remember
out.
so many spider webs though. It kind of got out of control here. Y'all need to get the pest guy here.
Oh.
Halloween. Dumb motherfucker.
It is Halloween. If you're listening later on, this is Halloween that we're recording this in. So, no, it is. It just feels. It feels good to be here. It feels comfortable.
Dude,
It
I'm so
feels
glad you guys are here.
cozy.
I appreciate y'all very much.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having
Thank
us.
you for having us here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for my local favorite, I'm going to say anything from Turning Point. I feel like Turning Point has become one of my faves, but it's too far. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have food. It's too far. But when I go, it is so good. Their hazies are good. Their stouts are good. And I can't think of one particularly, but like some pulp, I think, is probably one of my faves. Yeah, so that's it.
We need to make a trip out there again.
We
And-
do.
and we need to have a sit down with
Bro, within like 5 miles, you got False Idol, you got Brutal Beer Works, you got
There's a new
Turning
one.
Point. Is there
There's
a new one?
Keyworth Brewing Company, North Richland Hills.
So we no longer have the triangle. Now we have a diamond.
Or a square? I mean, I don't know.
Keyworth.
I gotta go
it's
drink
an,
the
it's an
room.
owl. The logo is an owl holding keys,
Okay.
Okay.
or a key.
How is it? Have you had it yet?
Haven't had it yet.
Nice. We'll have to try that out.
Yeah, I'm down for making a trip out there. We need to reconnect because we did sit down with at Turning Point. We sat down with the owner at one point. One of the owners? No, or the brewer?
No,
I
you're
thought
out of
we
your
did.
goddamn mind.
We talked to somebody.
There's
over
like
there.
4 or 5 brewers that came from like Martin House.
I
And
thought
Rar and all
we
these
sat down and
places.
talked with one of them when we were on our beer venture.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah. I
did.
thought you meant for the podcast.
No. We need to.
Yeah,
we need
we've
to,
hung out with those guys.
Yeah,
a little
we
bit,
need
a
to
couple
sit
of
down
them.
and bring them on, or maybe set up over there and do a little episode with one of them.
Yeah, back in the old days, when we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
The answer is yes.
Please.
Okay, cool.
So back in the old days when, Southside Sellers wasn't even a thing yet, and all we really had was Taps and Caps, and we only had we had Pouring Glory.
R.I.P. Taps and
I know.
Fucking miss Taps and Caps. And we had, Flying Saucer before it went to what it is now. We would go to Taps and Caps regularly.
Yeah.
And Turning Point used to pop up at Taps and Caps like, hey, you want some free tasters? I don't even know if that was legal. But they didn't matter. They didn't give a shit. They were like, hey.
After what I learned from Funky Picnic, that probably wasn't. They were probably home brewing at the time,
Right.
and they were just giving out shit.
Yeah, they were just giving out beer.
Look,
just hanging
TABC
out.
frowns upon that. We did that ourselves. They did that. Sam told us that they did that enough to where TABC actually told them, "Hey, you can't do this."
TBC.
I know.
Yeah.
We got the weirdest fucking laws here, man.
These have been like 2 back-to-back craft beer episodes because last week we had Sam from Funky Picnic on, and so shout out to Sam. I don't think we caught that
What
part.
up, Sam?
Shout out to Sam for coming on, bringing us some delicious beer. Shout out to Colin for putting it all together. Sorry you weren't able to come on, but it was so good to see you in the chat.
Hey, he was a good sport.
He was. I mean,
We talked a lot of
We
shit.
razzed him a little bit. I hope that didn't get to him because I've never met him, but the guy seemed legit. Like he was hitting us back up in the chat. It was a good time.
We're gonna go over there, and he's gonna just like punch us in the face.
Yeah,
as
we're
soon as
gonna-
we walk in the door, he's like, "Oh,
Yeah, because we're going to Funky Picnic right after this,
Yeah.
right? So, Southside Sellers, 3.5-year anniversary. They've got so many good beers on tap. They've got the road next door shut down so they can have even more beers to serve. And so this place is just fucking rocking.
And
it.
for those who've been to Big Texas Beer Fest, I'm getting that vibe here. You got the little cards; they're marking it off. You can
Yeah.
get tasters of everything.
Little tasters.
Man, it is a good time, and the turnout seems pretty good. I'm happy with like seeing that there are people here and there are people enjoying themselves, which is nice. Because Sam was getting me worried about this area.
Well, it's craft beer is not the same as it was
No.
5 years ago. Realistically, it's just not the same. There is honestly, it's crazy because the beer has gotten better. Like the craft beer
It
right
has.
now is the best it has ever been ever. But
I agree with that.
it got so saturated. There's a lot of beer and a lot of breweries, and then people moved over. It's constant rotation, right? People are on seltzers right now, but craft beer is fucking so good.
It's here to stay.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's saturated.
Right.
And speaking on that, it's like, you talk about saturation. When you go to like Central Market,
Oh,
or
shit.
Oh yeah, it's
overwhelming,
it is.
and you're like all these badass art cans, and you're just like, dude, what do I want to choose? What sounds good?
Right.
And everything just sounds so amazing.
But it's almost like the wine market's kind of saturated. It was saturated for a long time, right? So you'd go in there and you would look at labels, and if you didn't know anything about your beverage, you're picking off the label, right?
Right, what looks cool.
What looks cool,
Yeah.
and that doesn't equate to it being good. Because I've had some beers that had just basic labels that were wonderful, and I've had some top notch, or not top notch, but like beers that are amazing artwork that I'm like, man,
This shit.
it's not, I was drawn in by the art, but I really don't. You got my money.
Right.
I didn't care. I'm not going to buy it again though.
You know what these people need to do, though? Anyone that's listening and you're interested in getting some good craft beer, you come on down to Southside Sellers, where they've got the experts. They got the pros. They got so much shit on the wall that is so good, and they've got so much stuff that you can buy it and take it to go. I mean, Joe Bro's just one of the guys, you know what I mean? But these are some professionals that know their beer, right?
Yeah.
Well, we really appreciate you hanging out with us, Joe.
Joe, thank you for.
Hey, guys.
I'm sure you got to get back to work and do
Got to get back
things.
to work. Got to pour that good, man. Yeah. Thank y'all again,
Thank you,
guys.
sir.
Hey,
Thank you for having us.
Shout out again to Mr. Joe Marone.
I feel
part of
s-
Zombie Crew, part of
Hey, hang on. Let me turn that back up.
One more shout out. Hey, don't forget to follow me at Panther City Palette on Instagram.
Hey, you want
let's
to see
go.
good food, good beer, good all
Cheers,
things?
buddy. We love you, man.
It is the place to go.
I got to turn
Let
down.
me get that headset real quick.
You want that headset?
'Cause I hate not
Man, I
hearing
feel so
myself.
bad that we didn't have.
Chris?
I don't know. We got a guy here with a burger for somebody named Chris. Chris.
Burger for Chris.
Chris, god damn it, Chris, get your fucking burger.
Chris, I'm about to eat your burger.
Chris, get the fucking burger.
Actually, I'm about to order one because I'm ready for a big cat burger. I'm about to eat it.
Man, so if you're not familiar with the South Side or near South Side area, we have so much good stuff over here, and that's where Southside Sellers is located at. But right behind them is Big Cat Burger, and we just had one of the guys coming over here trying to find a guy named Chris. We should have said we're Chris.
I mean,
I'm Chris.
Dude, Big Cat is one of my favorite burgers in Fort Worth. They've got some.
I
I've
still
never
haven't had a
one.
burger from them,
It had
though.
it had like pineapple. It had jalapeno on it. It was just, I think it had bacon or something. Like this thing, and I might have had a couple beers at Hot Fusion. I don't know.
You probably did.
I probably did.
I'm gonna be honest. You were probably
I
drunk.
Did. And I had that burger.
Chad
and
was blacked
God
out.
Damn, it changed my life. It was so good.
He had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, I'm excited about.
He actually didn't order from Big Cat.
Shut the fuck up. I
He
should've-
ordered it from some guy. The guy just walked out with 2 slices of Wonder Bread and some bologna and said, "Here's your burger."
Ooh, burger, please.
No, I mean it's great. I feel so bad that man.
That JOE interview didn't record.
Hey, you're gonna have to apologize to
I'm going
JOE
to.
through
I'm
social media. I'm not doing it.
I'm gonna apologize to him in person.
Or in person, I guess.
Yeah, screw this social
Sometimes
media
I
stuff.
forget that we're
He
not
is-
just
yeah.
face to face with the dude.
Yeah.
You find him?
Did you find Chris?
Oh, God.
Did you find Chris?
What's up, Shawn? We've got the man, the dude, Mr. Southside Seller
Here, go ahead and throw this
himself.
on real quick. That way you
We've
hear
got
yourself.
Shawn in the building. What's up, Shawn?
Oh, what is up, guys?
Shawn, your microphone is right there. You hold it up to your mouth and
I think
go
Shawn
ahead
knows how
and-
to fucking
and
microphone
talk.
works,
There,
dude.
man. There, Joe Bro had it all in his.
So phallic, and it's right. in
If
my
it
face.
smells moist, if it's a little moist, it's because it was Joe Bro.
It was all in his beard.
I do want to ask
the
real quick.
JOE doing JOE shit. I see how it goes.
Yes, yeah. I
What's
want to
up,
ask
guys?
real quick,
Hell yeah.
what are you drinking? What are you thinking? What are you drinking?
Well, I'm not thinking anything. I'm thinking survival. We're in full survival mode at this point.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know how this shit goes,
Absolutely.
man. Long day yesterday. I got I'll be fair. I did get a full 2.5 in last night.
Wow.
So
Man.
we're rested.
Good for
We're ready
you.
to rock. It's been a great day of beer, man, and I'm drinking some brewery white chocolate. So.
That's my next one that I'm going for.
Fucking
I've been working my way down from the left to
Sorry,
the right.
I don't even know. Can I?
Yeah,
Can I
yes.
talk the way I talk on
You
this
know, so
podcast?
We are no cursing on
This
the
is
Funky
a this is a
Panther.
Christian
Mother.
podcast, sir.
Yeah, we're actually at the whole church service.
We're hoping that you could really fucking preach for us.
I said, come on down here and drink some beer.
Yes.
Look,
Yes, preach.
Sing the gospel, baby.
Shout out over to Antoine over at the Emo Otaku podcast because we had a meetup and he wanted to come here. We came over here. Of course, we love this place because it's so comfy to just sit, have some brews with your buddies, and not to mention the amount of beer that you have on tap and also just to buy over there. I mean, you can't say anything better. But, man, shout out to you guys. Y'all are just fucking...
All right. Let it
Sorry,
go.
I'm sorry,
Stop.
I'm sorry,
All right.
I'm sorry, I'm
so,
sorry.
Sean, you own Southside Sellers.
Yes,
you
sir.
are the man.
Yes, sir. Oh,
So,
we're turning on their serious faces.
yeah, everyone's
Let me sit upright.
This is
Sit
time for
upright.
professionalism, motherfuckers.
Take my feet off the table.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. This is the 3.5 year anniversary.
Yes, sir.
Why did you want to start Southside Sellers? What brought us to this point right now?
I am much older than I actually look. I've been in the business a long time, and I'm motivated by the people that have done cool shit in the past. I remember reading remember when Metallica put out that one album like 10 years after it was like early 2000s or something like that, and everybody like berated him for it, like worst fucking album
Saint
ever.
Anger?
It was garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like straight up like James Hetfield's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. We make music for us. If y'all want to listen to it, it's great.
Cool, yeah.
But regardless of the album sucking ass, it's like I was kind of motivated by that, just in terms of I think you guys are doing it, man.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants to step off the ledge and
Right.
say, hey, man, I've got something to offer the world, and I was like, I think I can do a pretty freaking cool little beer bar or tap room. Obviously, when we opened, it was a little bit different because it was a little bit more package forward because we were built to service downtown,
Right.
Which is why we're this far, north on South Main. But that's really it, man. We wanted to do the beer bar that we want to drink in,
Right.
And if everybody wants to come hang out with us, badass,
It definitely feels like a good hangout spot. Javier's already mentioned it, right? Like this, it feels like you're at your house. You got the curtains and the picture frames, the comfortable couches. You just lounging, hanging out, drinking some good fucking beer.
100%, man. Comfort was front of mind. Again, like we're thinking in very selfish terms. Whenever you're doing a small business like this, particularly brick and mortar, there's all these fun terminologies and all these acronyms, like ROI per square foot, and you think all those things. And not that we didn't do that, but we, yes, there is a long-term formula that absolutely works, but we weren't interested in a short-term business profile. We wanted a long-term, something that we could build that would last a long time, So what we really wanted to do something that was maybe this is delusions of grandeur, maybe not, who knows. The only time will be the judge of that, but we wanted to build a Fort Worth institution for craft beer.
Sure.
Yeah,
I think it's the best way to say it.
I think, like, in my honest opinion, back in the day we had
Taps and Cabs, Flying
Taps and
Saucer.
Claps, Flying Saucer,
R.I.P. Taps.
places you can lounge and chill. I think this is just an evolution of what we've had, but like a lot better, where there's a great amount of options. I mean,
It's the best of all those worlds.
absolutely.
And
Thanks,
like,
man.
and you can, like you said, you can get stuff to go. And yeah, I remember early on, this whole section was get stuff to go, right? But I mean, everyone wants to hang out and lounge and have a good time. And I remember watching one of the soccer matches here not too long ago, and yeah, it's just a fun place to come hang out. And you can get your shit to go still.
Damn straight, man.
I mean-
you can get your fill, you can enjoy the afternoon, and daddy needs a 12-pack.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of places, and we've been talking about it, like have Ghost in the Machine by the case. Like you've got that shit for days.
I literally had a guy in here come in last night, and he bought 3 cases plus 1. So he bought a cold 4-pack, but he picked up 3 cases. And then I was like, dude, get it on the tap wall. He's like, oh shit, you got it on. All right, I'll hang out.
I just want to say the first thing I said whenever I walked in, and I was talking to Joe, and I saw the cases. I'm like, bro, I'm going to take like 4 of these. I'm going to fucking take them. I'm just like, it's my favorite beer. I
Ghost
fucking love it.
is so delicious,
so
man.
Good. So good. You really can cuss. I was giving you a hard time. Fucking cuss all you want to.
No. I enjoy the self-censorship, too. Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all. But this is no shit. So, do you guys happen to know JP from Turning Point?
Yes. Yeah.
So JP, obviously the beer/brewery community is pretty tight knit. Obviously, in the DFW area. And JP was in here the other day. He said he had done. I can't even remember what the event was. I think it was weird. It wasn't the Cleburne one because he said no to that. But it was another one. But he was out somewhere and he actually ran into a parish representative, and he started talking to him. And the guy goes, "Hey man, are you familiar with this little beer and wine shop in Fort Worth named Southside Sellers?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude. Shawn and his homies, man, those are our boys." He goes, "That's one of our top accounts, bro."
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I was like, it's not even distro here, man. We go get it. You know? Like we travel out to go get it.
I've seen that on the social media. It's like a fucking kegs and cases in the back of the car.
Dude, I love it, man. But that's the thing. Is like we would make the trip, the pilgrimage over to Louisiana, just across the border to get it, right? As far as we had to go, just to get that beer.
Dude, y'all call me up because when they release DDH again, let's all go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm down for
Absolutely.
it. It's just one of those things that now that y'all are bringing it here, and like I'm like, man, that is customer service right there,
right?
Yes, you're not wrong. So part of yes, we try to be awesome, but also we're super authentic with people.
Yeah.
I'm literally about to get one of the like little frames, the little signage, that we are so blatantly late on turning over. One of them's going to say, awesome atmosphere. Wait, what is that? No. Good beer, great people, okay-ish service. So don't get me wrong, man. We're very humble here. How about this? We're authentic. We know who he is.
We do our best.
We know who he is.
Right.
But no, man. When we got our beverage license, we wanted to make sure that was one thing that we could do. That we had the legal ability to travel out, maybe go pick up some beer here and there, and obviously, I never want to like open up old wounds, but COVID, dude, it wrecked not just our industry, but a lot of industries, but particularly the customer service, meaning a bar and restaurant industry.
Yeah.
And you opened fresh after COVID started.
10 weeks prior.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we had 10 glorious weeks in the black, and it was like, dude, this is the greatest idea. Fort Worth needed this so bad. We're so awesome.
We were here for that.
And then it was like, oh shit.
And then it was like, oh, I'm sorry, you got to shut down.
No, but yeah, man, we got the cartage permit with intent. And
I didn't know you could do that. Like we're not well versed, but we know enough about the beer industry and the Texas laws to know that it sucks sometimes. I did not realize that you could literally just go, okay, well, I want this beer. Let me go over there and just get it because they don't distribute it to me, right?
No, the Texas laws are great. TBC is awesome.
I said it. You didn't.
TBC is
I can
awesome.
say whatever I want.
For the record, is my phone listening?
Agent,
awesome.
Agent just dropped from the ceiling. We got him.
We got him, motherfucker. We got him, boys. We got him.
He was talking shit.
Down.
Motherfucker! No,
we rip our skins off.
Yeah,
We're actually
right.
TABC agents.
I don't think people so you get your beverage license and then you actually had add-ons. Like staying open after midnight is actually an add-on. It's got a late hours permit. So we do have that as well. Okay. Typically, even on the weekends, we're pretty close to last call around midnight, but we have the capability to stay open as late as we want, and it's not that much. So over a year's time and how many nights, you know, like you get a rush at midnight, it's fantastic, you know. But we do beer and wine, you know, obviously with a big focus on beer. So spirits are not our main focus, and we don't miss that, man. I mean, I want to make a buck as much as the next guy, but I want to do it building what we do. You know what I mean? Not just hey, man, we got every cheap shot in the books, and hey, what do you want? You know, you guys have been here. You know, we really do try to focus on. Hey, man, you go up to the table, but hey, man, what are you into? You know, what are you drinking lately? You know, like, you know, what style do you typically gravitate toward? You know, and we're trying to find the right beer for you. You know, no matter what level of kind of craft beer experience you have. So. Yeah.
And it could be local, it could be distant, whatever. You've got a good array of just a little bit of everything, right?
I think so. I think so. We try, you know. I'll say this, man. It is the most flattering thing in the world to have spent a hot minute in any industry and get, like, constant validation every single day. You know what I mean? But, you know, just being brutally honest, the beer business in general, like I said earlier, most industries, you know, have been so strongly affected, and certain peoples have been disaffected by COVID, you know, or the aftermath of what that pandemic did. That, you know, our business is in a very weird place. Yeah. Not our business, but the beer business at large, you know, is in such a weird place. So at the end of the day, I'm not a prognosticator, but I do firmly believe that if you're taking care of people at the individual level, that does nothing but good for your business long term. You know what I mean? And, you know, regardless of the two-star reviews of, you know, a Disney song, a punk remake of a Disney song came on your radio, so we just got up and left. Like, what? Oh, that's a thing.
Okay,
that
doesn't make any fucking sense.
You can roll through the socials, and you can see it on the Facebook and Instagram page. It's comical at most. You know, I try to give everybody a little bit of grace. You know, she probably had a bad day, but God bless Karen. Man,
I gotta
all
ask,
of her Karenites.
I gotta ask. You know, waiting to go to the bathroom, I saw like a good amount of Star Wars stuff. So that's all you, right?
I indeed.
All right. So, what's your favorite? What's your favorite one?
What's your favorite one?
What's your favorite?
I
of
like
the
asking
series?
this question. Which one's your favorite?
All right. So I'm staring at everybody here.
Okay.
Everybody here is under 40, right?
Yes.
Under 40, yeah. And 37, 38.
Close.
You know, we're there. Yeah.
Okay. I have been to every single Star Wars movie, including Episode 4 in the theater.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Now, maybe I don't really remember Episode 4 quite like I remember, but I do get to say it because I was there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Big
I'm
deal.
a little bit older, you know, and I remember that as a culture when I was a kid, and you know, when I was growing up in the
years. Yep. In the years.
You know what it was.
It.
When I was growing up then, you know, the Star Wars toys you had defined how cool you were. You know, if you had Boba Fett, if you had Darth Vader, you know, if you had, you know, if you got Emperor Palpatine through the mail-in UPC code, like the barcodes that you mailed in, like you were a badass, you know, and so.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's how I rolled. So, you know, but anyway, dude, Empire Strikes Back is by far the greatest, and for so many reasons. Not just because I'm old enough to remember it culturally. The old Star Wars were simplistic in nature in a way that made sense that a 4-year-old and an 80-year-old both got it. It was just good versus evil plus redemption.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, peace. Done. We're done here. You know, don't get me wrong. I find endearing features in all of the Star Wars episodes and all the series and everything, but nah, dude.
Dude,
Are you still watching
old
like the
school.
newer series and stuff?
All right, so I'm up to date on everything, but I've been a little busy. I haven't seen Ahsoka, so when it comes about the balance, I'm ready.
Has anyone else seen Ahsoka yet?
I've been waiting for it to go through so I can watch it completely.
I think it's done.
I think it is.
Yeah,
I think it
I watched
just
it.
happened. Yeah,
I watched
it just wrapped
it.
up. So I'm with you. I think Empire Strikes Back is the first movie where the bad guy lost. Or I'm sorry, the good guys lost.
Spoiler alert.
And sorry, hey,
It's too soon, baby. It's too soon.
I think it's the first movie where the good guys actually lost because I can't think of another movie before that where they did and came back with another movie. But yeah, Empire's the best sequel that ever happened other than Godfather 2. And also, it's a big
I
thing.
know it was you, Fredo.
Oh, you broke my heart! Oh,
broke
that is
my
that
heart.
scene right there. But I will say this: like I'm with that generation, but Empire Strike. Oh no, not Empire. Not Phantom Menace. The Shadows of the Empire game on N64 is what kind of turned me to get into Star Wars a lot more.
Really?
And so then I watched more. I watched the trilogy. I went to the re-release of the trilogy at the theaters. After all that
Wait,
happened.
which re-release? Are we talking late 90s?
97,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, 97, the 90s where
Came
they
out of that
came
gold
back
box
out.
of VHS. Yeah,
Motherfucker, man. Like,
I had the gold box.
I got love for Lucas, but boy, that was a cash grab, right? They added
It sure
some other
was.
shit in there.
It sure
and
was.
they're like,
I didn't understand that whole like Jawa with the swinging on the goddamn. You know what? That wasn't me. I didn't like that. But yeah, totally. I wanted to win that Taco Bell life-size Darth Vader. I wanted that, but you know.
All right, I'll give you a very short tangent if I could.
Yes, go for it.
So, you know, and I'm very, very partial to Star Wars just in general. So I grew up very blue-collar family when I was very young. You know, back in those days, it wasn't strange at all. I was a latchkey child at kindergarten. You know, like both my parents are working multiple jobs. They ain't home. I'll see you at 9 p.m.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And it was just like, hey, you do this, you do this, you do this. You know, you don't do this. You know, and at dark, you're in this house. Okay, cool. So I look forward to every Saturday. Like, it was the biggest thing in the world because my dad worked so much. I didn't see him a lot when I was a young kid.
Right.
But every Saturday morning, and I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina, so before I say this, you guys will be like, what the fuck is that? Every Saturday morning, I did have my dad for a few hours before he had other stuff going on. But he would take me down the road to Kmart. And I would get a Star Wars action figure.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the biggest thing for me was if I had all the pieces, all the guns, the backpack, all the little goodies to that action figure, by that next weekend, he would take me again. So at the end of the month, I'd have 4 all together, all their pieces.
As long as you didn't lose anything.
Couldn't lose anything. It was my personal
genius.
responsibility
Yeah.
training. And then I got a ship after the end of the month when I had all of them. You know, I didn't get to choose it. It was probably based on price point, you know, my family, you know, but you know, I'd get something cool, you know, I got this cherry on top, and so my dad and I had this kind of sweet thing, you know, it was like, I get dad every Saturday morning, you know, because he fucking works so much, and but when they did the prequels, and they came out in the early 2000s, Burger King partnered with not Disney, but Star Wars, Lucasfilm at the time,
yeah.
and they did these watches that were reversible. Do you remember them?
I
damn
remember
things?
those,
They came in
yeah.
these little silver canisters, you know. So you had Obi-Wan backed up to Boba Fett. You had, you know, and you could flip, like they were a little flippable. You know, like the face was still the same, but there was a 2-sided band.
Yeah.
You know, you could flip both sides. You had Yoda backed up to, I don't know, Darth Maul or something like that. But my dad went to Burger King and got all 6 of them bitches. Dude, I'm like in my 20s, you know, or like mid-20s or something. And my dad gave me all 6 of them for Christmas. I
that
fucking
is
cried.
awesome.
Dude,
That is
I
fucking
mean,
shit.
Oh,
hell yeah.
you know, and it wasn't because it was
Jesus.
Star Wars, you know, but Star
also the
Wars is a
thoughts.
medium to my dad.
The memories
and
y'all had
Oh, dude,
and-
it was awesome. So that's why I'm always a Star Wars
my
fan,
God,
you know.
that's
and,
awesome.
and
I
I'm an
love
old
that.
man now. I got kids, you know, so I don't get to, like I said, I'm not even caught up on Ahsoka yet. So
I love that so
we will
much.
get there. But
You talked about Charlotte. When's the last time you've been to Charlotte?
2018, so 5 years ago. Yeah,
Was
yeah.
Salute a thing yet? Salute Brewery? Have you been out there?
I haven't. I
Okay.
haven't. Noda Brewery was
Okay,
open
yeah.
and big. They have a great beer, great old school West Coast style IPA in a green can. It's badass. It's called Hop, Drop, and Roll. It's got an old caddy, you know,
Nice.
like around the can.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Fuck yeah, baby.
I think Salute was the only brewery I went while I was there, but damn, they were good. It was kind of like this kind of a Mexican-inspired type brewery a little bit, and it was a cool spot.
Four
They had
Corners-ish.
really good breweries. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit of that. And
I love it when the monikers are in there and they get it right. You
Right.
know? I
I
thought
mean,
Four Corners got it right.
Yeah, and they hit it right on the head. It was some good shit.
Hell
So,
yeah.
Joe Marone, he kind of cued us in that you were involved at some point with Flying Saucer.
Yeah. Long career,
And-
actually.
Yeah, and so we're looking at the gold drapes and everything, and it feels like old saucer. That's like I'm talking about, but I'm talking like old saucer.
Oh, my bad. Did that come out?
I'm talking about saucer whenever, like in its heyday, right?
Yeah, like the old good one. The
no,
one that.
no. So yes, I've been in craft beer in this market for like 24 years now. It feels weird as shit
Damn.
to say that, but 13 years ago,
Yeah.
13 years I was with the Flying Saucer under that umbrella. So 4 of those years I was the GM at Ados.
Okay.
when Ados was still there. But yeah, man. Obviously, there is some inspiration.
Sure.
You know, there's couches for a reason. When you used to walk in the old Saucer on 4th Street, you know, you had C1, C2, C3. So you
Yeah.
had 3 couches
Yeah.
and 3 sets of armchairs right there. I loved them. You know, I thought that was the coolest spot in the house, you know.
I thought it was exclusive to get there.
Yeah.
Everyone did. It's like
Oh, it's
table service
it's
with
exclusive
a beer
as
bar.
shit. They open at 11. You got to be there at 11:01. but obviously, there's stuff like that. You know, and over the years, like any industry, you know, you get in the beer industry, you travel out, you go see other places. There's a fucking great place. I want to say it's just simplistic. I think it's called the Hop Shop in Charlotte.
Okay.
And it's over near the Noda district. And, dude, it's fantastic. It's a great, like, kind of growler, brew pub plus bottle shop.
Yeah.
And we saw those guys early on, like, while we were kind of still conceptualizing this and figuring out what it was going to be. And they were great. But, yeah, it's been a while with those guys, and there is some inspiration. The gold is actually just coincidence.
Yeah.
You know, to get back to
yeah.
your very specific question. But, and it's funny, do you guys know the McCurdy's? Kristen McCurdy and John McCurdy? John's a big guy.
Oh, yeah,
with
tall
those
guy, yes. I've
short
met them both
shorts.
before, yeah.
And Kristen, his wife, she used to do interior design, and now she is primarily in the wedding planning industry.
Yeah.
She does have a floral shop, so she actually subcontracts to other wedding planners. But I only bring that up because the curtains are all her. Everything
okay.
else, you know, I did. I procured all the furniture. You know, I mean, I would GC'd this thing, but when we had this spot and we had this exposed brick, you know, and I knew that we were going to do kind of the shiplap thing, and all that wood is actually reclaimed from in-house here in this building.
no shit.
It came out of you guys have been to the Mescal Bar upstairs at Teeny's,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that was like a shared living quarter. It was 5 tiny little bedrooms and like a shared kitchen. A shared toilet. They didn't even have a shower or a bathtub. But I took all the wood they didn't want out of it, so that's what that is.
that's really
Okay,
cool.
that's bad.
That's
Man.
really cool.
Straight penny pinching, baby.
Sure.
But,
Hey, you got
but
to.
I remember, you know, Chris and John are friends, obviously, and I said, hey, I want gold velvet curtains. And she looked at me, are you fucking stupid? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything. Yeah,
Dude,
sure, that's what I want.
We've got them. We've got them in our studio. Like we built
hell
we built
yeah.
the studio. We've got gold curtains like that. And it's
Love
just
it.
that it feels. I don't know. It feels rich, but also like cozy. Like it's
Hell
got
yeah.
just a It's just comfort.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was up here one time with our friend Robin from Corks and Cowtown. You know Robin, right? So I was up here hanging
Robin's
out with Robin
great,
a little
man.
bit, and
yeah,
she
we were hanging
introduced
out
me.
on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, and she introduced me because they were here as well. I think it was like her birthday or something was going on that night. I don't know
Oh,
what
was
it
that
was.
the big night?
I
They
think
took
so.
over the whole room.
Yeah,
That was fantastic.
And it was
Yeah.
getting packed, and she knew everybody was like, well, I think we got to get the fuck out of here because they're having a big thing. She's like, no, let's just hang out. I was like, all right, whatever.
You're good. You're good. You're good. We're all friends.
Right. Yeah, cool people.
So,
yeah.
like, you're a busy man. This is the 3.5
I don't know
anniversary.
about that.
I don't want to.
You want to do it? Or bring it up here. I'll do it.
If you got to go,
No, we're good.
We're-
We're good. We have exactly
are we
290 seconds.
Like, hey,
fucking nailed it?
I thought it was just like 30
out.
minutes. You know, no big deal.
It's funny you said I'm a busy man. I mean, yes, but, you know, whatever.
Look, this has been such a success. It's good seeing everybody here. It's great
Dude, thanks,
for everybody to see and taste all the delicious beer. What are some final thoughts you have about the
My
place?
keys are outside.
And
They're outside. Sorry, brother.
and what are your thoughts on what's going to happen? Like, what's your future
plans of
plan?
Southside Sellers.
There is an iron in the fire right now. I don't want to say anything too deep about it, but we got something cooking. It's going to be
Okay.
awesome.
Nice.
And that's what we're focused on right now. That's what we're working on. You know, I'll kind of just reiterate what we talked about a second ago. This was a bottle shop.
Right.
This was not designed to be what it is. That I share many small business owners' dread of the word pivot, but we've done it like
I was
fucking
just
4
about to
times.
say.
Fuck that fucking word. fuck.
But you're doing it beautifully.
Well, I appreciate that. It just like anything else, it always looks great on the surface. Underneath it, it's like, Jesus Christ, how's his head above sewage?
It's like that meme where the fire's going. He's like, I'm okay.
We're good.
Fine.
We're good. We're good. And then you have different entities, outside entities. They're literally the dude from Simpsons with his finger in his nose. I'm helping. Fuck. No, but yeah, man, we definitely believe in this concept. I will say this, there's not a lot of money in the space that I'm in at the moment. But, we are celebrating an anniversary party. We've had some great people out here. We've had great people that help us stay open during the really, really lean times and the rough times of the pandemic where you weren't getting what human beings need out of life,
Right.
And I don't want to get too serious here all of a sudden, but
We don't cry on the Funky Panther. is all I'm
yeah,
saying.
I had a couple of the guys that used to live here in the neighborhood. They don't anymore, man, but they made it out today, and it's the validation you need where they said literally, I don't think I would be here if this place wasn't here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and sorry guys, I'm a parent.
No, man, I
I
get
cry
it.
when
Bro,
fucking
I was giving you a hard time. I'm here for it.
I cry when fucking Hallmark commercials come on. You know what I mean? Like,
but you get
which
that-
I didn't used to, and then all of a sudden you have kids, and it's like, oh my god, dude, that's the most beautiful hardcore
You
metal
get that validation though, and it's just
No,
like,
it's great,
yeah.
man. It makes everything make sense. It's like, dude,
Like, cool, I'm actually doing something.
yeah, I don't want to. I don't want it to sound like I'm bitching, because I'm not, man. And, like, this is a labor of love, like all the thing, like
Yeah.
you guys are doing right now, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I literally put in 20 hours yesterday. Like, I literally was fucking here 20 fucking hours, you
Right.
know. And then, away from my wife, away from my kids, and I really did, man. I got a full night's sleep of couple hours, and then you just jump in the car, you get right back down here, you get a coffee and you're all good. And it's like halfway through it, you want to bitch, and then all of a sudden the guys come to you with tears in their eyes, man, and it hits you so hard. And you're like, I fucking love you guys. This is why, this is why you do it, and it's to be here with these people. Oh my God! Now the wife's walking in, the kids are here. Now you really want me to lose it, Like,
Well, it's got to feel good. At least you're
Yeah.
taking a step back and able to appreciate it, because there's a lot of people here. You've got so much going on.
middle.
You got so much good beer on tap. You've got, you've got the road next door just completely shut down.
My peoples.
It's just a beautiful event, and y'all have done a great job. And so, no sleep. Sorry about you, but
No,
we
we're
appreciate
good.
you.
We're
This
good.
is amazing.
We're good, man. You guys get some more beer in you, Keep talking some smack and.
Thanks for taking
That's
the
what we
time
know.
to come
That's what we
talk
know
with
to
us.
do.
though.
Oh man,
Yeah, we
thank you
appreciate
guys, man. Thanks for rocking the podcast. We love it. Thanks for coming out, man.
Thanks, Shawn. Thanks for having us.
Seriously,
We really
like, it was like,
appreciate you.
oh, we'll put you outside. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, oh shit, we'll put you wherever you want to go.
Well, this is a
love it,
perfect
man.
spot. We love it. It feels nice.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thank you guys so very much.
Thanks,
man.
Shawn.
Appreciate for taking the time to chat with me.
Yeah,
100%,
Appreciate
man.
Cheers, y'all.
Hey, thank you so much.
And where can people
Just
find you on
fucking
social
beer.
media? The Southside Sellers.
At Southside Seller,
Easy enough.
not sales,
Okay.
but beer and wine at SouthsideSeller.com. Much
Perfect.
love.
Love it, man.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Appreciate you
Shawn.
guys. Cheers.
Again, guys, that was Shawn over at Southside Seller. Check them out over here on South Main. And again, celebrating their 3.5-year anniversary. We're here live. And thanks again for coming, anybody that's been here. And don't forget to come on out.
Gross.
Explore explore all the beers that they have on tap.
Come
and
on out.
also-
Come on off.
Don't just show up. That's
Yeah,
what we want you to
yeah.
do. Not come on anything.
100%.
You can come on whatever you want to.
Oh, you can't go anywhere without that.
It's a little money.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Absolutely. Here.
No, absolutely fucking not. Come on, yeah, join us.
Yeah, we want to hear all about
Gotta take this
the.
up.
When are y'all going to make the? What's it called? The the beef jerky and basically the thing from Half Baked. That's what we want to know.
Well, we have been experimenting with dried meats and beer
Of course.
for a while.
Of course you have.
Oh God.
And I gotta say, I don't think the world is ready.
I'm not. I'm absolutely not.
I was not ready for the mustard beard. I can tell you that.
Did you try the mayonnaise seltzer?
No, because I
Dude,
can't do
J.O.E.
mayo.
told me. Oh no, Dank
Cinco
told me about
de
that.
Mayo.
I can't do mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
He said it was so good. I was like, "Fuck!" I didn't even think to try it. It looked.
Nah, man, it smelled like eggs and tasted like oil.
All right. So tell us who is on with us right now.
Well, the new addition is the one and the only Whisker Will.
Whisker Will. Okay.
Whisker Will. I'm currently a brewer over at Martin House Brewing Company here in Fort Worth, Texas. And I have previously brewed with RAR.
That's where I've seen you
years.
before.
Yeah.
Is RAR like years ago?
Yeah, during the heyday.
Yeah.
During the heyday.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. We won't talk about RAR anymore. But
Cool. Done. Moving on.
brewing at Martin House has been a lot of fun. It has reminded me why I got into craft beer over a decade ago.
Keeping it fun, or
Oh man, I'm on the fun bus. Son. I'm on the fun bus. I tell people I used to make beer and now I work at the candy factory.
it really is.
It is. It's like Willy Wonka's weird brainchild over there.
You never know what we're going to come up
No.
with, but somehow it tastes exactly like we say it should.
You're not wrong.
It's,
yeah, absolutely.
I
It's like, I don't know
remember-
what you expected. We called it mustard beer. It was mustard. It's mustard. That's what it is.
It was.
Do you want an apple pie?
What did you expect?
Because we'll make you an apple pie beer.
It's already made. It's on the tap room wall right now. So.
It was. I remember Martin House early on with the pretzel stout was.
Yep, that was
Just
the original, the
iconic,
OG
right?
pretzel stout.
Like, oh my gosh, are putting pretzels in here making a stout?
Then you added a little peanut butter in there. You're like, oh shit.
We just brewed that peanut butter pretzel stout.
it's so good.
We're bringing it back. It's
So
coming back.
good.
Give
Oh,
it a
it's
week or
exciting.
two. It'll be out.
But that was like one of the, in my opinion, early on, that was kind of like the weird beer, right? Like a pretzel, it literally got pretzels, right? And then Martin House
Next
said,
thing you
literally,
know, we're using squid ink and menthol.
hold my beer and watch what we're going to do now.
I've had a Jaeger beer there.
Oh, the Flavormeister. You don't fuck with the Flavormeister.
Jesus Christ. Mustard beer. What else we had? The pickle beer. I mean,
Those are the international ones where people are asking for them. The pickle beer and the Dunkaroos beer.
Oh, the Dunkaroos.
Two beers.
Dunkaroos went hard. The flamin', the buffalo wings, the
Yes.
flamin' hot Cheetos.
Yes, yeah.
We've had a few that are have broken, but nothing for me in my mind compares to Hoda Kotb on the morning show.
Okay.
Tasting best made pickle beer.
Oh, did
and
she?
sa-
Yeah,
and
she
saying
did.
and saying, "Is this a fucking joke?"
Did she really?
She did.
Yeah, that was the reaction.
She's
And
a wine drinker.
and I thought you can't pay for publicity like that.
That shit's gold, dude.
Jesus, Mary and
So how long
Joseph.
have you been with Martin House?
Coincidentally, we are at the Southside Cellar today for
Right.
their 3.5-year anniversary. I know you guys have probably said that
We have.
numerous
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
I helped open this place with Shawn during my hiatus from the brewing industry between working at RAR and working at Martin House.
Okay.
Okay.
I was a slow shift bartender here. By that I mean I worked Sundays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday during the day for almost 2.5 years.
Okay.
I left here a year ago to get back into brewing and go to Martin House.
I love this dude.
And so I've been at Martin House for about a year.
Okay.
I did the thing we all do. I started on the ground up. I came in on the canning line, worked my way through, and now I'm back brewing again.
Hell yeah.
I'm in full fucking swing right now, baby.
There we go.
My first beer at Martin House comes out on Monday. Maraschino cherries. We got a 10%. I think it's actually labeled at 13. We'll say 13% American brown ale, whiskey barrel aged with black cherry and amaretto.
Oh.
Tastes like an old fashioned.
Oh, that sounds great.
It's coming out on Monday. All I can say is, I think it's the best beer we've ever made. I've ever made. I've ever made.
I mean, it's not because of it being yours, right?
Well, I might be a little biased.
Okay, I thought so.
So would you say that Martin House has allowed you to have that creativity that as a brewer? Because I'm sure you probably started home brewing, right? You probably got your feet wet learning how to do all that stuff.
Well, yes.
And getting to be creative in your own world, but then you go someplace else and they don't let you be creative.
I've had a very interesting experience with brewing. When I started on the packaging line in my early days, I was told if I wanted to be a brewer, I had to homebrew.
Yeah.
I was told whatever beer I made, had to fit a certain style. And I was working with a 50 to 60 IBU, 4.5 to 5% IPA pale ale hybrid that I was looking at. And this was back in 2016, 2017. And the next thing I knew, Founders All Day IPA became a fucking staple.
Yeah.
And I was brewing consistently with Centennial hops. That's All Day IPA.
Right.
Now I started putting ginger and orange peel, lemon peel, citrus, other variants to kind of spice up that vibe.
Yeah.
But I always stuck with that 5% high IBU. I called it a hoppy pale ale or a low ABV IPA.
Yeah.
Session IPA wasn't even around at the time, And then session I was like, man, I missed the fucking ticket.
Yeah.
And then brewing happened about 2018. I started making what I called Wizard Water. Whisker Will's Wizard Water.
It's not a long name or hard to say.
Guess what came out next, guys? White Claw.
So basically,
I think you have grounds to sue.
You're Truman from the Truman Show, and shit just keeps happening, although it's behind your back.
I wanted to start a mushroom farm. Next thing you know, some guys in Denton are growing mushrooms. It's how the world works. When good ideas need to come to fruition, lots of people have them.
Right.
Agreed. Yeah.
And yes, brewing at Martin House has given me a freedom of creativity and a freedom of expression through the styles to not be beholden to this one has to be a blank. But the truth about maraschino is, guys, I kind of fucked up.
What do you mean?
I loaded the wrong batch of beer on top of the wrong batch of grain.
Oh.
And I had to save a 5,000-pound barley F up.
Oh, no.
Okay. So what was that flavor profile like?
Well, I said, if this is a batch of pickle and a batch of box lighter, maybe we can call it the Big Black Pickle. And they said, you can't Google Big Black Pickle. We can't do that. I said, well, what else is coming down the line? So we worked out a high ABV barrel aged beer with the maraschino cherries. We targeted the old fashioned as a profile using the specialty malts from the box slider and the higher base malt from the mix up. And the next thing you know, we had a great beer.
Damn, that's awesome.
And it comes out on Monday.
I think
Looking forward to it.
100% you can Google Big Black Pickle.
I wouldn't recommend it.
We'll do it again. Have done it.
We'll continue to do it. It's
Well,
fine.
it was either that or the BBP.
And that would have been great too.
So, all right, I'm going to ask you two questions. Now that you're at Martin House, what is your favorite beer at Martin House? Can't say your own.
Yep.
Favorite beer that Martin House makes?
If I'm drinking in the tap room,
Yeah.
it's a toss-up every day between the Friday IPA or the Pilsner.
Okay.
Now, I will say that we have recently changed the recipe on the Pilsner. We have substituted some of the grain and done some adjuncts, done a little bit more of that big beer type thing to thin out the body. We have reduced the amounts of hops. It was previously a pretty hoppy Pilsner. The Pilsner that's coming out soon is going to probably be the best Pilsner we've ever made.
Okay.
I will say the Friday has never steered me wrong.
Yeah.
It's a single hop mosaic, basic IPA. I call it the antithesis to IPA. Everybody does all of these hops, all of these flavors, all of these things. Friday's one thing. It's grain and it's mosaic hops.
So it's like is that smash, right?
Well, it's got a little bit of wheat.
Okay.
It's got a little bit of wheat.
Okay.
So it's not smash, it's not single malt, but it's definitely in that single hop category.
Right.
And I love the Friday IPA. I drink it all the time. But we've also changed the recipe on Imperial Texan, which was the only original beer we brewed 10 years ago that is still around. And we did some things in the mash to make it a little easier to brew. And I will say that if you haven't had an Imperial Texan in the last 6 months, you need to try it.
Okay.
Because
it has been a while. I'll be honest with you.
Because Imperial Texan right now fucking slaps.
Nice.
All right. So we got to make a trip to Martin House again and try all
You
the
guys
stuff,
come out
right?
to Martin House, you let me know. I'm fucking
yeah,
be there.
absolutely.
I want to record over there. I'm like we wanted to do it during a Glizzy Fest.
Oh my
yeah, dude,
God,
that
that was
was-
so much fun.
It was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Glizzy Fest was absolutely insane. Y'all were packed wall to wall. I was blown away by that.
I can't believe that many people come out for
Yeah.
hot dog water or mustard water or whatever
everybody
the heck
talked
we're
about
calling
Well,
it.
dude,
know?
you call it Glizzy Fest, and you're gonna have people beating down the doors
You
to
got
get to
Fletcher's.
the Glizzies.
You got Fletcher's corn dogs coming
Yeah.
out and serving them up all day long. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
What was the, we're talking about the OG beers from Martin House. What was the one with the cereal beer, the one with the 4 grains?
We just brought that one back too. We made it about 3 months ago. Daybreak.
Daybreak.
Yeah,
oh,
Daybreak,
I
yep.
fucking loved Daybreak.
Now you take a Daybreak and you mix it with a little orange juice. You
Uh-huh.
make a little Daybreak mimosa.
We used to do that, yeah.
Oh,
just
man.
so, like, a little thickness, easy to drink, just like anytime you want it,
Like
you
the
got
absolute go-to breakfast beer, honestly.
it. So good. So
Four
good.
4 grain. It's got a little bit of rye.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of wheat. Got a little bit of barley.
Cereal.
Yeah, I mean everything you need to start your day.
Right. All right, so we talked about your favorite beers at Martin House. What is your favorite all-time beer, period? Do you have one?
Man, that ain't even a hard question.
Really?
You know, when I helped open this bar with Shawn, one of the questions on the list was, "What is your favorite beer?" And without a doubt, I answered Coors Original,
Oh,
banquet
fuck
beer.
yes.
Banquet?
I'm
You know,
a big one.
I'm a
Silver
beer
Bullet.
drinker.
Oh, just original.
yeah, Coors,
Okay.
not like Coors Light, not Coors Light.
Just regular Coors.
Coors Banquet,
Yeah.
Coors
Banquet,
Original,
Yellow Bellies.
Banquet,
Yellow
Yellow
Bellies.
Bellies.
Yeah, we love those.
Stubbies.
Fucking
Big fan.
delicious.
Yeah.
Huge fan.
It doesn't get better than that. I mean, when you talk about what it takes to make beer, you talk about the same can, the same bottle, tasting the same
Over and over.
over and over. No, if I'm here or if I'm in Hong Kong,
Yeah, it's gonna taste the same.
you know what tastes the same? Coors Original and Bud Light. Guys, I got to say it. There's only 2 types of beer snobs. 2 types. One says, I never want to drink a Bud Light. And the other one says, I only drink Bud Light.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that.
Right?
Opposite sides of the spectrum there, right?
But that's beer snobs.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll never drink a Bud Light. Dude, if that beer is cold and you're handing it to
It's a
me,
fucking beer.
I'm gonna drink
Look,
it.
at the end of a long, hard fucking working day, that's the one thing I want. That's the only thing I'll fucking drink, and that's the only thing that'll taste the same every fucking time. It's going to be that banquet.
Man, and that's the Heineken model, right? Heineken capitalized on light skunking, on the fact that the green bottle skunks their Pilsner.
Yeah.
You know what that Heineken tastes like. Oh man, it's a little stinky. It's a little weird. But you know what? You have a Heineken and you're in Nairobi, Kenya. It tastes like a fucking Heineken.
Right.
That's the shit.
Yeah. It's kind of like Corona. Who'd have thunk that you're like getting a beer that's going to be, it tastes like Corona. You know what I mean? It's clear. It's getting skunky. It's going to age pretty quickly because that clear bottle. But that's the Corona. That's the fucking thing. All right. So Joe Bro brought us this.
The Bellini.
I know what this
Bellini.
is. That's great.
From Parish Brewing, same place from Ghost Machine. How it's good?
It smells amazing.
Dude, it is delicious.
Heavenly.
It smells like a Tampico.
Oh my god!
Like I want to sit down and have brunch and drink these.
Yeah, that's just juice.
Now you said Corona, and an old story that came up just popped up, and I gotta talk about it.
Let's do it.
You guys know where the lime around the rim comes from?
no.
The
Sailor's
lime,
Mexico.
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 Do you know why? Do you know why you squeeze a lime in the beer?
No.
You don't. You run the lime across the beer of your glass so that the flies won't land on your glass.
Shit.
The acidic properties of the lime keep the flies from landing on your sweet beer.
That makes
Shout
sense.
out to my
And-
ancestors.
And now,
fly.
what you have is a history of Americans, gringos, going to Mexico and seeing a lime on the rim of a glass and thinking, oh, they're squeezing it in the beer.
Right.
That is not how Corona is drank.
That's interesting.
Being a Mexican, I had no idea.
It's funny how traditions.
I had no idea.
Can
It's
create
amazing.
from
It's
nothing.
amazing what's out there.
But that's when you think about it. Fucking hey, that's.
I mean,
nuts.
it absolutely makes sense, but it's kind of crazy. Like, it makes me think about like sour beer too, and like how sour beer started. And it's
I
like,
fucked this batch up.
it's like we just let the beer do what it does, and then it becomes that. And they're like, okay, well, this is sour beer, I guess.
So we dove into home brewing back in the day and
For years.
and we were doing this we were consistent about it, like brewing every other week, and not able to consume
5-gallon
enough.
batches between two people. That's a lot of fucking beer to try to consume. Even giving it away to friends, it was a lot of beer.
Allegedly giving it to family.
You just weren't trying hard enough.
But
But we got it.
well, we were still drinking beers from like Martin House and shit. So
well, yeah, that'll do it.
So that was the thing, is we were brewing our beer while drinking like other beers from around the area
Too.
and like picking up
Yeah.
nuances from that. Like, ooh, let's try to replicate something or try to get some whatever notes from it. But I'll tell you, we decided whenever sours hit the market and everything, everybody was like sour beer. We're like, oh yeah, we can do that.
Collective was a thing.
We can 100%
Collective.
do it.
Yeah, I
And,
met with those guys.
The lacto pitch is not cheap.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
And then whenever you start trying to go not lacto, but just going like straight up, throwing in a
Funk,
Brett,
the funk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mixing them up.
We have dedicated tanks at Martin House. We call them the funk tanks, and that's how it works.
Have to.
And they're clean. They're clean. What is in them is controlled. But man, they're wild.
Yeah, and then whenever you're working on a homebrew scale and you've got two separate sets of equipment that you're brewing on, right? So our hot side, we never did it separate, right? But we've got our clean tank and we have our funk tank and we have our our funk siphons and all that stuff. And then somehow they intermingle, and then
Well, we were fine with
everything-
the glass, but then you got to get your airlocks and
Yeah.
the tubing and the buckets, and all of a sudden everything's funked.
Plastic doesn't clean
No.
the way
No.
stainless or glass does.
Too porous, shit's done, it's gone. Can't
Yep.
clean it. Yeah, we figured that out the hard way.
Yeah.
But we actually, so we had Sam from Funky Picnic on this past week, actually on the show.
Oh man, I love Sam, man.
She's absolutely
What
fantastic.
they've been doing at Funky Picnic the last few years has been great.
It's kind of what we need is a good, like, we've got some really good breweries. I mean, Hop Fusion, Turning Point, Martin House are some of my favorite spots. However, it's also nice to be able to get some good beer at Funky Picnic and also get a good sandwich or burger or something like that as you're hopping around South Main.
You know, you said a few, but I got to just throw out. Cowtown's got the best lagers in town.
I forget about Cowtown. I forget about downtown, period. Ever since downtown changed over the past few years, you've lived in Fort
Hundo
Worth plenty
P,
of time.
Nick Ultra,
Yeah.
the lagers at Cowtown. I mean, they don't ever have to make an IPA as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I will.
The beer's great.
I will take the Crispy Boys.
Yeah.
Well, they're consistent too.
Well, and like I
Yeah.
said, I'm a Coors Banquet drinker.
Yeah,
I
right.
want Crispy Boys.
Yeah.
You know, I go to False Idol. I want a Banquet Boy. I want a Fenris Park. You know, I want the light stuff. I don't do the hazies.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I do.
I'm sure you do.
Well, at least once. Don't do anything I didn't do twice.
I will 100% judge a brewery by their Pilsner. If they've got a Pilsner on tap, I want to taste it, and if it's either going to be good or it's going to be bad.
It's a hard standard to hold people to because it is easily the hardest style to consistently make nice.
Right.
But if you can make it consistent and nice every time, then you got something special.
That's why we're
Yeah.
working on our recipe right now. We're flipping it up.
Well, I mean, I like the
we're
last
changing
Pilsner
it.
y'all had.
Well,
you know?
it's always been great, but it's always been a little bit hoppy for Pilsner. It's always been a little bit bitter, a little bit more.
I always thought it was like kind of like a.
I personally love it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a Pivo Pils. You give me a Hans Pils or a
Yeah.
Pivo
Yeah.
Pils. You give me a Crispy Boy with that little bit extra, that hop, that German, that classic hop quality. I'll drink it all night long. But some people, they really just want the Crispy Boy.
Yeah.
Right. Chug-a-lug it. One of my favorite Pilsners I've ever had, I've only had it once, and I've gone back to the brewery, and they didn't have it. It was like a one-time thing. It was this dry hop Pilsner at Almanac out in Oakland, and holy fuck, that was the best beer I have ever... or the best Pilsner I've ever had, and it was just enough hoppiness to kind of give it some of that flair, but it was just crisp and clean and delicious. And then I went back specifically to get that beer, and they're like, oh, that was a one-time thing. I don't know what you're talking about. So what the fuck? It was so good. I like just a little hop, but
I
like
made
that
a trip
dry
out here
hop.
for just
that
that.
dry hop flavor, to the Pilsner is so good.
The hardest part about making one-off beers, and I work for Martin House.
Right. Story of your life.
is that when they're really good,
Yeah.
people ask for them,
They gone.
and you're like, I wish I could.
Yeah, I
like
want
that
more
one year-
Dunkaroos beer.
It's like that one year Shiner had that really good birthday beer, and it tastes like cake, and then like they never did it again.
Yeah.
Well, the Ruby Redbird.
Oh, yeah.
Ruby Red-
that
Ruby
one-
Red
The
Grapefruit.
first time Ruby Redbird came out, it was a 6% alcohol. It was a grapefruit. It was a blonde. It was beautiful. The next year, it went to national distribution, and national distribution locks ABV in at 4.5. You got to get into all the states. You got to get into all the stores.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a different game when you start talking about interstate distribution.
Right.
Levels to the game that you don't even realize exist. And then the beer that was absolutely amazing comes in at subpar the next year.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate when that stuff happens. I just realized that I remember why I was talking about Sam a second ago. Oh yeah, we had Sam on the show last week.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. We've been drinking. Come on. So we had Sam on.
I'm still drinking.
Yeah. And so we had Sam on, and then Tim pulled out this beer. He was talking about how we homebrewed. Well, this is like 5 years ago. This is the last time we homebrewed. And we had made this raspberry porter that accidentally got funked, and we didn't mean for it to, right? And so they became bottle bombs because we knew exactly where the gravity was going to end, and then they just became these things that, they didn't pop on their own, but you pop it open and it's like fucking champagne, right? And so apparently over the past 5 years they've settled a little bit.
3.0 volumes carbonation,
Right,
when you get that, yeah, that's nice.
So we open it, and it wasn't great, right? And I kind of hesitated, especially have Sam try it, who is a professional. She knows what she's drinking. She knows what she's doing, and it really wasn't that bad. I was surprised on.
I think she hit the style. It did taste like an Ode Brune.
Yeah, it transformed into like an Ode Brune, so it kind of had that like there was not very much raspberry to it anymore. The kind of like the darkness of those malts of the porter kind of dropped out a little bit. It's kind of like this medium kind of. It wasn't too sour either. It was just, I don't know. It worked out.
Had a little aceto in there, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Very cool,
It's fun.
Happy mistakes.
As long as it's a little bit of acetobacter, you're
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
Back in the day when people would like put it on and it just like tastes like fucking vinegar, and it's like, what am I drinking? What
Is this a beer or my wife's foot?
Division? Love Division, but they had a couple like that. Legal Draft. Maybe it was an Arlington thing.
I don't like naming breweries that I feel like have hit that footnote, but
Right. That's why I'm here, to be able to do it for you, because I don't give a shit. And Legal Draft isn't a thing anymore, right?
I mean, technically, last summer I worked on the teardown of that brewery.
Oh, really?
With Brad Sims. Yeah, we went in, we disconnected all of the glycol lines from the fermenters. We completely tore down the brew house, the canning line, everything that was at Legal Draft. Like, I walked into a fully functional brewery, found tanks of beer that had been sitting for 9 months since the foreclosure.
Yeah.
Was in charge of dumping them, rinsing them, and cleaning them, and getting them ready for resale because the Bishop Arts, the Bishop Cider buy-in had happened. I worked directly with Joel and John from Wild Acre and Bishop, and man, watching the teardown of a brewery that looked like it should never have a problem. Like, that brewery was so beautiful.
It was amazing, and right by the ballpark.
I don't understand the mash filter. I don't understand the plate and frame filter they were running. I don't understand. There's a few things in the process that just seemed so antiquated to me. I wasn't even willing to learn.
Yeah.
But definitely walking in and tearing everything apart gave me a whole other experience brewing. I've brewed beer. I've worked with the equipment for years.
Yeah.
But taking apart the equipment and building the equipment is a thing.
It's like an art in itself.
I mean, it's wild.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I know I'm talking a little bit of shit because they're no longer here, but I loved that brewery. I loved going to that brewery.
It was a
I loved
fun
going
one.
to a ballpark, like watching the Rangers, and then going directly to the brewery and like
The names
let's
of
keep
their
going.
beers were so fun.
Oh yeah, they were all. I mean, like it's Legal Draft. Everything kind of had like a legal pun to it.
Jury.
Yeah. And when you were talking about the old-fashioned beer, they actually had an old-fashioned beer that was pretty good. It eventually soured, but it was a very good beer. Like it was pretty good.
Okay.
But they had all sorts of stuff. It is hard to see breweries like that go away.
It is. We were talking about early
We're in
on,
the bubble, man.
Noble Ray. Early on with Noble Ray.
Shouts out Noble Ray. Great beers.
They had great beers. They had an awesome location, and then it just, saturated
Fizzled.
market and fizzled out. Which looking at them like you're like, y'all are great. Why is it happening? I mean, numerous reasons, but
Well, everybody thinks that the saturation point is reached. You know, that we're at the point of the bubble where it's going to pop. But the truth is that if you look at Denver or you look at San Diego,
San Diego, actually.
a whale's vagina.
That is correct.
glad you got that reference. And I was about to say it myself.
Sorry,
so.
I can't get. All right, no,
was about to do it myself.
but the truth is like in San Diego, there are. The last time I checked, there were 200 breweries within the city limits.
No shit.
A shit ton.
I mean,
And good ones.
and they're on every street corner.
Yeah.
And they're all neighborhood breweries. They don't give a fuck about you if you live more than 3 blocks away.
Yeah.
And you only go because they've got the better beer. The model is not, hey, we're the craft brewery in town. There's a new craft brewery in town. They're stepping on our toes. The model is, if the juice is good, people will drink. You don't got nothing to worry about if the juice is good enough.
I've literally lived my entire life by that motto, is that, and I tell this to the ladies, the juice is good. As long as the juice is good, it will get drank. Right? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I believe I've heard you
pussy
say
juice,
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe I've heard you say that.
If the juice is
It's
good,
just
the people will come.
sometimes it's a long straw or a skinny straw. Sometimes it's just short, fat
It's
straw.
usually a short and fat straw, yeah.
But at the end of the day, the juice is good, and that's all
The
that matters.
juice is good.
Oh, man, you guys are a trip. This has been an absolute blast.
Man, thank you for coming on with us. Thanks for just, popping in and having a
absolutely.
good conversation. We appreciate you. And it's nice to finally meet you because literally I have seen you all over the fucking place. All the time I see you at breweries and Martin House and Raw and others and events and things like this. And I've never known who you were.
Well, guys,
I knew you were the guy.
I'm Whisker Will.
Okay.
I'm Whisker Will on all of the social medias.
Okay.
And it's always been that way. It's
Perfect.
that easy. I make hot rods in my free time. Every once in a while, I go shoot some guns. I grill some steaks,
Dude, you're talking my language right now because I love cars, I love guns, and I love women.
I mean, and clearly craft beer. And
And
clearly
craft beer,
craft beer,
Yeah.
So, things are great.
Awesome.
Things are great.
I love it. I love
So tell us again, when is that new beer coming out? Monday?
Monday.
So-
And it's called maraschino?
It's called maraschino.
Okay.
it. Those listening, because this is going to come out a little bit later.
A little bit later. It means it's already out.
But it's already out, and you should go stop by the tap room and go ahead and try some.
2-pack boxes, and the artwork, the can art, next level. The guy we've got at Martin House doing our can art and our artwork
Always
is always top notch.
Yeah.
It's always something people enjoy. It's always something you look for, and it's unparalleled in the industry. Nobody in craft beer is making cans or can art that looks as cool as the shit we're dropping.
100%.
100%.
And also another shout out to my homie Big Mike, because Big Mike went over to Martin House, brought us a bunch of Martin House brews whenever he came on.
Oh, yeah.
And those were fucking amazing. Everyone knows. Nobody fucking does not know about Martin House.
We've talked more about Martin
everybody
House.
just thinks that it's the pickle place.
No.
Everybody just thinks it's the pickle brewery.
Martin House is not, unofficially been on some of our most early episodes, because when COVID happened, we would go in and get cases of beer, bring them back. We would start our episode by drinking some beers, all Martin House
Dude, I bought a
beers.
pallet of pickle beer.
Yeah,
I legit bought a
we've been
pallet of
drinking
I
Martin
believe
House
it.
on this
I believe
fucking
it.
show.
Yo, that beer is the only reason we do anything else. That beer,
Paying the bills.
That beer pays for everything,
Yeah, I
son.
imagine.
I can't imagine that pickle beer is the one that did it, but I will take it.
Hey, when you're throwing that much spaghetti against the wall, one of them's got to stick.
Something's going to
You know what
stick
I mean?
eventually. Now, like I said, I'm just.
Andrew.
I'm friends with Andrew. Andrew is too busy looking at the
Pause for a picture.
Yeah, he's a junction. No,
I'm
he's,
just
he's
waiting.
with the Jerry Jonestown boys.
Like I said, I'm just waiting for that half-baked beer where Javier does it so well, but he's talking right now. But it's literally, that scene in Half-Baked where he's like,
I want some Funyuns
Yeah, and
and
all-
a bag of condoms, and what was that shit we used to eat in the day?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
I'm waiting for that
All of
beer
that
to come
Well,
out.
did you guys try the rum ham that we made last year?
Yes.
What'd
We
you
did.
think? What'd you think?
It was regrettable.
Can I tell you I never tried it?
Really?
I had a hand in brewing it. I never tried it. I mean, are you kidding me? I put ham in a sour beer. I don't want to try it.
I had to. I was
Well,
thinking.
I mean, you should.
Yeah. I mean, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Come on, I had to try the rum ham.
You have to try it.
Like I said, we've been experimenting with putting dried meats in beer for
we're
a
just,
while.
Just not ready for it. Just not ready.
I'm looking at a 55-pound bag of dehydrated chicken. And what I want to do, my big one, we'll see if by mentioning it here it ever happens,
It probably already will as soon as you
is
say
a
it.
rice lager,
Okay.
dry hopped with broccoli sprouts, nacho cheddar cheese powder,
Oh no! I already
dehydrated chicken, grandma's casserole, Thanksgiving Sunday. Let's
Fucking
go!
Yes,
I will fucking drink that. That is my favorite thing at fucking what's that fucking Cotton House or like Black Eyed Pea.
Cotton
fuck with
House?
that.
Cotton pouch.
I'll fuck with that shit. I'm fucking here for it.
He's so hyped he didn't even know the fucking name
You
of
said
Cotton
chicken,
Patch.
I'm like, yeah. And then you fucking said everything else, and now my dick's hard.
Okay.
I'm
oh my
here
God,
for
it
it.
is. There it is.
It's a stubby little thing.
Talk
but
about little straw.
Holy shit! Oh
It's
my
one
God.
of those short, wide straws.
Right. It is. It is.
Have you ever seen a tuna can?
They call me Soda Can Hernandez for a reason.
It's about like that. All right,
you know-
Whisker Will.
We've talked about making a lot of beers. My favorite suggestion that ever came up was the one made with henna ink and good vibes.
I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's low key.
I like it.
It's
Just chill.
low key.
What the fuck is it really made of?
Namaste.
What do you?
Henna ink and good vibes.
Oh my God.
Namaste right here, motherfucker.
Well, man, thank you so much for coming on. Thanks for chatting with us and hanging out.
Hey, thank you guys for having
And
me. You guys are awesome.
Can't wait until we get the chance to record over there at Martin House.
Yeah,
Look.
and we're every time we go up there now, we're like, hey, we're looking for Whisker Will. Where's that motherfucker at?
Shouts
So,
out. Big swag, man. Shouts out.
Appreciate you.
Cheers.
All right, everybody. That was Whisker Will. We've had a hell of an episode. I think
great
it's,
fucking
it's about
episode,
time to
man.
wrap
I
up.
think
I
this
want to
is one
drink
of the
more beer.
best ones.
We're gonna drink more beer. We're gonna go have some food. We got to talk about upcoming Arts Goggle
So yeah, on the 21st.
Saturday next Saturday.
Yeah, this
man.
coming Saturday, we're going to have a booth over at Arts Goggle. Make sure you follow us on all things social media at The Funky Panther. We're going to make sure we keep you up to date. We're going to have so much merch. I'm talking about stuff that you haven't even seen before. We have not been doing a very good job of putting that on social media, but
We didn't
we're
want
gonna
y'all
have-
to buy it all up before. We got to have some for the merch table.
Tim
man.
and I are both wearing hats, that we're going to have available right now. They're beautiful.
My head's too big for a hat. I can't wear that.
God, that's not true.
I got to wear an extender.
Okay, well, wear the fucking extender, you dumbass. I love you. So we're going to be at Arts Goggle on the 21st. Make sure you come check us out.
Maybe we should start selling extendos.
Extendo clips.
That's what we'll call them.
Yeah, extendos. But yeah, so that is that.
That's that.
Dude, what a
What-
great
what else?
fucking episode. I'm
Man.
so happy with everything except for chat or Tim's mess up with
Yeah,
JOE.
shout out to JOE. A special shout out to the clip that will never make it
Let
on
me
this
just
episode.
recap this for you. JOE's favorite beer is none. They're all his favorite. However, the Yellow Bellies are always consistent, and that's his go-to.
He also he doesn't get worried when he meets famous people because, he's kind of famous himself, so it's no big deal when he meets famous
He
people.
met Blue. Was it Blue?
Blue, which is
Blue
one of his
from Blue
top
in Exile,
Yeah.
one of his top
which
MCs.
is one of the greatest MCs. Like, go and listen to Blue in Exile's catalog. You will not regret it.
So we had JOE, which didn't make it on the show. Sorry, but we still love you, my dude. And then we had Joe Marone. Brewed Up Joe is JOE. And then we had Joe Marone, who is here at Southside Sellers, who
That's right.
invited us here, which we appreciate. You can find him at Panther City Palette, where he has all the food and the drinks and the amazing local stuff here in Fort Worth. Then we had Shawn, the owner, proprietor of the Southside Sellers himself. And of
I
course
like that
we had
word, proprietor.
right, so good.
Yeah.
It just came out of my ass. I've been drinking. Then we had Whisker Will, one of the brewers over there at Martin House, just surprising us with his presence. So shout out to him as
Fucking
well.
great.
Man,
Yeah.
this has been a great time.
It turned out great.
It's been a great fucking episode.
And you know me, I don't like going out to these events and doing
Oh,
these
I'm
kind of
well
things
aware.
most of the time. But this was one of those events that I thoroughly enjoyed, and we had some killer guests that just stopped in,
Hey,
unannounced.
also, real quick, man, believe in your dreams. Believe in what you want to do.
Okay.
Because we've talked to so many people today that want to start their own podcast or, have other dreams. Like,
or
man, believe
started
in
a
those.
beer store.
Starting a beer store.
Started
a fucking
jumping in
brewery,
and started brewing.
Start home brewing.
do what you want to do.
Look, do what you do, but watch my shoes.
No, I agree. Believe in your dreams. There's so much behind it, and it's such a weird and hard time right now, and people just kind of do what they do to make ends meet. But fucking find your passion and fucking do it.
Hey, man, believe in your destiny. Don't fear failure. It was the same rules as it was when you were 12 than it is now.
Do we have music?
No, I don't have any of that.
Okay, so pretend that there's Funky Panther music.
No,
playing
shut up.
right now.
I'm going to put it in.
Okay. There it is. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us here on episode 152. We're hanging out here at Southside Sellers for the 3.5-year anniversary. If you haven't made it out to Southside Sellers in a while, come check them out. If you've never been before, definitely check them out. They got beer to go. They've got a hell of a tap wall with tons of good shit to drink. They've got non-alcoholic options as well if you're not into the beer drinking.
Feed me, Daddy.
They've got sodas and things like that. It's just a cool hang. It really is. They'll have sports and stuff like that going on the TVs and stuff. But yeah, come out and check out Southside Sellers in South Main. Follow us on all things social media at The Funky Panther. All of this can be found at thefunkypanther.com. Call us, text us, 817-677-0408.
You heard that. Say it again.
817-677-0408.
Oh, and there we go.
Sounded really good. Oh, I'm getting texts already. Okay.
Stay good, everybody. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
And I'm Tim.
And we are live at the Southside Cellar. We are
The Funky Panther.
Cheers, baby. Stay good.
Bye, motherfucker.